Good day and welcome to Trending Update USA. I'm Stefan, bringing you the latest in the world of tennis and sports headlines that are making waves across the globe. Today's top story centers around rising tennis superstar Coco Gauff and her strong response to a recent statement made by rival Aryna Sabalenka, who had made a controversial remark following their intense final encounter at the French Open 2024. This heated exchange between two of the biggest names in women's tennis has caught the attention of fans, pundits, and fellow athletes, fueling fresh discussions about sportsmanship, rivalry, and respect at the top levels of the game. Gauff, who has continued to rise through the ranks at lightning speed, didn't hold back in her remarks, addressing Sabalenka's claim with both confidence and composure. This latest development comes just months after their memorable showdown on the clay courts of Paris, a match that had fans on the edge of their seats and set social media ablaze with reactions. Gauff's comeback from a set-down to claim the coveted title was one of the most dramatic moments of the tournament, and Sabalenka's post-match comments about the outcome have now been met with a firm and calculated response. It all started after Sabalenka claimed in a recent interview that the final at Roland Garros wasn't a fair reflection of her performance, and that she should have won the match. She implied that Gauff had benefited from what she called favorable conditions and certain external factors during the intense three-set battle. These remarks quickly spread online, drawing reactions from fans and analysts alike. Many saw Sabalenka's comments as unsportsmanlike, while others interpreted them as an expression of her frustration over a hard-fought loss. But it was Gauff's reaction that truly captured the public's attention. Known for her maturity and grace under pressure despite being one of the youngest stars on the tour, Gauff responded to Sabalenka's claim with calm defiance, making it clear that her victory was earned, not given. In an exclusive media availability, Gauff addressed the issue head-on, saying that matches are won on the court, not in the press room, and that every player has to deal with the same conditions when the stakes are highest. Gauff's statement, "If we're on the same court, with the same ball, under the same roof, then it's about who plays better. That day I played better," has since gone viral and has been shared thousands of times across platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans from around the world have praised her for her maturity, pointing out that the 2024 French Open final was a perfect example of mental strength, tactical intelligence, and relentless fighting spirit. Sports analysts were quick to weigh in as well. Former players and commentators highlighted that Gauff had earned the victory through sheer determination, overcoming an early deficit and flipping the momentum in a match that had seemed to tilt in Sabalenka's favor early on. They noted how Gauff's ability to stay composed under immense pressure set her apart, and proved why she deserves her place at the very top of the women's game. This incident has reignited discussions about the nature of rivalries in tennis. Sabalenka, who is no stranger to speaking her mind, has a reputation for her fiery competitiveness. Gauff, on the other hand, is known for her poise, making this dynamic between the two players all the more compelling for fans. Some observers believe Sabalenka's remarks may have been a calculated move to add extra tension to their future encounters. Others see it simply as a frustrated player expressing her emotions after a bitter defeat. Either way, it has added another chapter to what is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing rivalries in modern women's tennis. Many are already looking forward to their next face-off, which could come at a major tournament before the season ends, and there's no doubt that the intensity on court will be amplified by this off-court exchange. Behind the headlines, however, lies a story of two contrasting paths to the top. Gauff's rise has been meteoric. Bursting onto the scene as a teenager, she quickly became one of the faces of the new generation of tennis stars, combining explosive athleticism with an uncanny ability to read the game. Her historic French Open win was not just a personal milestone but also a defining moment for a new wave of players who are ready to challenge established names. Sabalenka, meanwhile, has been a powerhouse on the tour, known for her aggressive style and fearless shot-making. She has consistently been one of the toughest opponents for any player, and her resume boasts multiple major titles and finals appearances. Their clash at Roland Garros represented more than just a match. It was a clash of styles, personalities, and mentalities. In the aftermath of the final, Sabalenka's frustration was evident, but it wasn't until her recent comments that things truly escalated. Speaking to reporters, she claimed that the court conditions on the day of the final played into Gauff's strengths, and that some things were out of her control. While she stopped short of directly blaming anyone, her remarks were widely interpreted as undermining Gauff's victory. This prompted an immediate reaction from fans who took to social media to defend Gauff and call out Sabalenka for what many saw as poor sportsmanship. Gauff, however, didn't engage in a war of words. Instead, she delivered her statement with clarity and class, emphasizing that she respects her opponents but stands by the legitimacy of her achievements. Her response wasn't just about defending her title. It was a declaration of her mindset as a champion. Gauff has often spoken about the importance of mental resilience in sports, and her reply perfectly illustrated that. She didn't need to attack Sabalenka personally. Instead, she focused on the facts. That she had played better, handled the pressure, and earned the trophy. Fans have praised this approach, noting how it contrasts sharply with the way some rivalries in sports can turn personal and toxic. It's this balance of competitiveness and respect that has made Gauff a role model for many young athletes around the world. The timing of this exchange is also crucial. Both players are currently preparing for the final stretch of the 2025 tennis season, with key tournaments lined up that could determine year-end rankings and seedings for next year's major events. Gauff has been in top form, showing improvements not just in her forehand but also in her net play and tactical adaptability. Sabalenka, meanwhile, is known for her ability to bounce back from adversity. This makes their potential rematch all the more exciting. Analysts have pointed out that rivalries like this are essential for the sport's growth. They bring attention, intensity, and storylines that fans can rally behind. And when two of the best players in the world are involved, the stakes only get higher. In the broader context, this exchange highlights how modern sports rivalries are not confined to the court. Social media has become a powerful platform where narratives are shaped, amplified, and dissected. A single quote can turn into a global talking point within hours, and players are more aware than ever of the impact their words can have. Gauff's ability to navigate this landscape while staying true to her values is part of what makes her such a compelling figure in contemporary tennis. Sabalenka, too, is aware of the spotlight and has never shied away from speaking her mind. This transparency, while sometimes controversial, ensures that fans are deeply invested in their journeys. It's also worth noting that both players have immense respect for the game itself. While their rivalry is heating up, both Gauff and Sabalenka have consistently pushed the level of competition higher. Their matches are characterized by explosive rallies, emotional highs and lows, and moments of brilliance that remind fans why women's tennis is in such a thrilling era. Their contrasting approaches, Gauff's strategic precision versus Sabalenka's raw power, make every encounter unpredictable. If their next meeting happens in a high-stakes setting like the year-end championships or another Grand Slam, it could very well be one of the defining matches of the season. Tennis legends have also weighed in on the situation. Former champions have urged both players to keep their focus on the game rather than off-court narratives, emphasizing that true rivalries are settled with rackets, not words. However, many have praised Gauff's composed response as an example of leadership and maturity. At just 21, she has already become a symbol of the future of the sport, and how she handles moments like these will shape not only her legacy but also inspire the next generation. Sabalenka, for her part, has built a fanbase that admires her fiery personality, and while her comments may have stirred controversy, they have also kept her firmly in the spotlight. In conclusion, this clash between Coco Gauff and Aryna Sabalenka is more than just a war of words. It's a reflection of how rivalries in modern sports are evolving in the age of instant communication and global fan engagement. Gauff's strong but respectful response has solidified her position not just as a champion on the court, but as a figure of maturity and confidence off it. As the tennis season progresses, all eyes will be on their next encounter, which promises to be explosive, intense, and unforgettable. Rivalries like these remind us why tennis captures the imagination of millions. They bring out the best and the boldest in the players, and in the process, create moments that live on long after the final point has been played. For now, Coco Gauff has made her statement loud and clear. Her French Open victory was earned fair and square, and no amount of post-match talk will change that. Aryna Sabalenka, meanwhile, will surely be looking for redemption the next time they meet. One thing is certain, the tennis world will be watching closely, and this rivalry is far from over.